Hello and welcome. My name is Alan and we are back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress. But before we get into the video, I do want to remind you I've got two ways to donate to the channel. I have a Patreon account in which you can donate monthly, 1 month to the next. Continuous donations. Offie. Also have a coffee count that allows you to do the same, but you can also just do one time single donations. So yeah, please, if you are struggling, do not donate. I would rather you be able to take care of things you need to take care of first. If you can afford it and you want to donate, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Things are tough out there on a lot of us, but yeah, it's just me, myself, and I that do these videos, so. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video here. Today, we are looking at Representative Jared Huffman, who is the representative for the 2nd District of California, which goes along the western coast of the state up to the border with Oregon. He is a Democrat, and before he took office, he was preceded in office by Lynn Woolsey. Now, let's go ahead and look at who Jared Huffman is as an individual. He was born in Independence, Missouri on February 18th, 1964. Graduated from William Chrisman High School in Independence, Missouri in 1982. Earned a Bachelor of Arts from the University of California in Santa Barbara, California in 1986. Earned a JD from Boston College in Newton, Massachusetts in 1990. Has been a private practice lawyer. Senior attorney for the Natural Resources Defense Council 2001 to 2006. Member of the Marin County, California Municipal Water District Board of Directors 2001 to 2006. Member of the California State Assembly 2006 to 2012. Before being elected as a Democrat to the 113th and 6th following Congresses, so he is in term 7. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Committee on Natural Resources, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Energy and Mineral Resources, the Subcommittee on Federal Lands, of which he is ex officio, the Subcommittee on Indian and Insular Affairs, of which he is ex officio, the Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations, of which he is ex officio, and the Subcommittee on Water, Wildlife, and Fisheries, of which he is ex officio. He is on the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, of which he is on the Subcommittee on Highways and Transit, and the Subcommittee on Water Resources and Environment. Now, let's go ahead and look at his top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Camilche Company. And They operate as a manufacturing company that manufactures paper, pulp, hardwood veneer, plywood, and lumber, and are headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Altogether, they have donated $10,000, and once again, that's Camilche Company. Next, at number 2, we have American Crystal Sugar. And they are an agricultural cooperative specializing in the production of sugar and related agri products, and is owned by nearly 2,800 shareholders who raise approximately 1/3 of the nation's sugar beet acreage in the Red River Valley of Minnesota and North Dakota. As the largest beet sugar producer in the U.S., it sells about 15% of America's sugar. It operates sugar factories in Crookston, East Grand Forks, and Moorhead, Minnesota, and Drayton and Hillsboro, North Dakota. Its technical services center and corporate headquarters is also located in Moorhead. Located in Edina, Minnesota, United Sugars Producers and Refiners Cooperative markets American Crystal Sugar to retail and industrial customers throughout the nation. Midwest Agri-Commodities Company, based in San Rafael, California, globally markets American Crystal's agri-products such as sugar beet pulp, molasses, concentrated separated byproduct, desugared molasses, and betaine. It was founded in 1899. Altogether, it has donated $10,000, and once again, that's American Crystal Sugar. Next, at number 3, we have Berkshire Hathaway, an American multinational conglomerate holding company headquartered in Omaha, Nebraska, that was originally a textile manufacturer that transitioned into a conglomerate starting in 1965 under the management of Chairman and CEO Warren Buffett from 1970 to 2025, and Vice Chairman Charlie Munger from 1978 to 2023. Greg Abel succeeded Buffett as CEO at the beginning of 2026. Buffett personally owns 38.4% of the Class A voting shares of Berkshire Hathaway, representing a 15.1% overall economic interest in the company. It is often compared to an investment fund, because between 1965, when Buffett gained control of the company, and 2023, the company's shareholder returns amounted to a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 19.8% compared to a 10.2% CAGR for the S&P 500. From 1965 to 2023, the stock price had negative performance in only 11 years. In August of 2024, it became the 8th largest U.S. public company and the first non-tech company to be valued at over $1 trillion. It is ranked 5th on the Fortune 500 and 9th on the Fortune Global 500 in surveys taken in the 2000s and the 2010s by Barron's. Berkshire was named among the most respected companies by professional investors and is one of the 10 largest components of the S&P 500 and is on its list of largest employers in the United States. Its Class A shares had the highest per share price of any public company in the world, reaching $700,000 in August 2024 because the board of directors has been historically opposed to stock splits. The company was originally founded in 1839 as the Valley Falls Company. Altogether, it has donated $10,000, and once again, that's Berkshire Hathaway. Next, at number 4, we have the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, or NATCA, a labor union in the United States that is affiliated with the AFL-CIO and is the exclusive bargaining representative for air traffic controllers employed by the Federal Aviation Administration. It also represents a range of workers related to the air traffic control industry and the FAA itself. It was certified on June 19, 1987 and formed to replace PATCO, the Professional Air Traffic Controllers Association, which had been decertified following the well-known 1981 air traffic controllers strike. NATCA promised to never condone an illegal strike, but does actively pressure Congress and the FAA to hire more controllers and to accelerate the installation of advanced air traffic control systems. Under the Federal Aviation Reauthorization Act in 1996, its ability to bargain collectively with the FAA for wages and personnel matters was codified. Internationally, it is affiliated with the International Federation of Air Traffic Controllers Associations, and it was involved in contentious negotiations with the FAA in 2005 to 2006 under the Bush administration. When the parties could not reach an agreement on a new contract, the FAA chose to follow the process enacted by Congress and unilaterally implemented new terms and conditions of employment. It filed unfair labor practice charges, asserting that the FAA negotiated in bad faith. In the General Counsel of the Federal Labor Relations Authority, a political employee used her prosecutorial discretion to dismiss all charges filed by NATCA. The U.S. Court of Appeals, District of Columbia Circuit, affirmed her decision to dismiss the charges. Altogether, they have donated $10,000, and once again, that's the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. Finally, in 5th, we have Service Employees International Union, and they are a labor union representing about 2 million workers in over 100 occupations in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico, and is focused on organizing workers in 3 sectors. Healthcare. Over half of its members work in the healthcare field, including hospital, home care, and nursing home workers. Public services, government employees, including law enforcement, and property services, including janitors, security guards, and food service workers. It has over 150 local branches and is affiliated with the AFL-CIO, the Strategic Organizing Center, and the Canadian Labour Congress, and its headquarters are in Washington, D.C., and it is one of the largest unions in the country. It was founded in April 1921. Altogether, it has donated $10,000, and once again, that's the Service Employees International Union. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Retired, who altogether have donated $146,700 and $15. Next at number 2 is Indian Gaming, who altogether have donated $98,900. Next at number 3 is Environmental Policy, who altogether have donated $35,175. Next at number 4 is Air Transport Unions, who altogether have donated $28,500. And in 5th, we have Building Trade Unions, who altogether have donated $28,372. Now, let's go ahead and look at the donors at a glance. Individually, Camilchi Company, fine, okay. I mean, paper, pulp, stuff that's needed. It's not the worst thing, not the best, but still, fine, okay. Yeah, fine, okay. American Crystal Sugar. Fine. Again, Crystal Sugar. In and of itself, it's not a bad thing. It's just we know how much sugar affects the American diet anymore. Yeah. Berkshire Hathaway. I'm going to go with Boo Suck. Just one of these giant conglomerate monsters. While they have other things I might go lenient on them on, still, just, yeah. $1 trillion in wealth and Americans are suffering day to day. That should not be a thing that happens. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Service Employees International Union. Great. Absolutely wonderful. All in all, just kind of a mixed bag. Industry-wise. Retired. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Indian Gaming. Fine. Okay. Environmental Policy. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Air Transport Unions. Great. Absolutely wonderful. Building Trade Unions. Great. Absolutely wonderful. All in all, not bad. Not the best. Not bad. But this has been a look at Representative Jared Huffman, who is the representative for the 2nd District of California. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources, and it can't just be a bunch of tinfoil hat wearing sources or a bunch of anecdotes slapped together to try to make sources. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.